I'm now with Chris Ingram, the 2019 European Rally Champion on the Group B with rallying stage. Good afternoon, Chris, and welcome to Race Retro 2020.
Yeah, it's great to be here. Nice to meet you.
So, can we start off with a little bit of history about you, how you started rallying? Who was your influence on getting into rallying?
So my dad used to rally in the 80s in a Sunbeam in road rallies, and he's always been passionate about the sport, and he introduced me to the sport in, I think it was 2004. Took me to watch a rally when I was a young kid and just fell in love with the sport, and it's been my life ever since. So
you've won quite a few trophies as a youth. You were very good as a junior, weren't you?
Yeah, so my dad, I was very lucky that he helped me start out in a Citroen C1, which is just a road car with a roll cage really, in the junior championship for 14 to 17 year olds, and I went on to win that in my second year, winning 6 out of 7 rounds, and that was when I sort of thought I'm good at this. I could make something of myself in rallying, and then I went into the European Championship with our own car, a Twingo R2, and that's when we sort of realised how expensive it was. We ran out of all the money, family backing, and family friends helping me go rallying, and it sort of just run out of money, and then I thought that was the end, but I had a phone call from Peugeot UK, and they gave me my first fully funded drive because they'd seen my performances in this little Twingo, like on the Circuit of Ireland rally where I won the Colin McRae Award, and I was doing some big performances. So that was my first big break, and ever since then it's been step by step and winning every year.
So can we move on a little bit now to 2016, where you met someone who again helped you in a big way, Russell Brooks, whose cars are all on this stand. Can you tell me a little bit how you met Russell Brooks, please?
Yeah, so very lucky to meet Russell at this show, Race Retro, in 2016, and he gave me a ride in his Opel Manta, which was ahead of my debut season with Opel, so it was an amazing link, and there's a video on YouTube if you want to have a look. And Russell predicted that I'd go on to win the European Championship, so when we won it, this is dedicated to Russell. But the main part to the story really is, despite what Russell's achieved, he was really keen to see me go on and be successful. And straight after the show, we got in touch with John Andrews, who owned Andrews Heat for Hire, who then got in touch with the new company owners to sponsor me in the European Championship. So without that support, I wouldn't be rallying today. So it's all thanks to those guys for helping make it happen.
It was one of the longest sponsors he had, wasn't it? Yeah. In rally history.
I think it was 17 years or so. And Andrew sponsored me for a couple of years with Opel. And to see me win the championship in that category, in the Junior European Championship, which led to where I am today. So it's a great story, and I'm so grateful to Russell, and to finally have won the ERC and become the first Brit in 52 years to win it. And to dedicate it to Russell is a sweet and proud moment.
But it still wasn't easy, was it, winning it last year? With 2 rallies to go, you were in trouble, and your funds was gone again. And then you got some help from somebody quite close to you, your mother, didn't you? Can you tell me the story? Yeah,
so leading the championship by 1 point with 2 rounds to go, and I completely ran out of money. I'd missed out on the junior prize for €100,000 by 0.3 of a second on the rally before. So everything was up against me really, and I was very lucky that my mum set up this crowdfunding page, but so many people, I think almost 500 people, contributed to help me get to these final 2 rounds and raise £20,000, which is phenomenal. And I'm
amazing.
So grateful to all those people for helping me and to be part of helping me achieve it.
So, as I said earlier, Rally Champion, European Rally Champion 2019, has that actually sunk in yet?
It didn't for a while, but when I met Lewis Hamilton at the FIA Awards and he said congratulations on a great achievement, man, and stuff like that, that's when it really sunk in on what we'd achieved. and now we're just hungry for more.
So okay, so for this year, how's it going with talks with sponsors?
So it's still quite a challenge to find sponsors, even though we've had some amazing coverage in the mainstream press since winning. I've got a lot of meetings in the next couple of weeks with my existing sponsors and some new potential sponsors to try and put together a programme in the WRC with maybe a couple of European rounds. So that's the plan at the moment, but it's still a lot of work to do.
So is your goal for this year to get into the WRC, or is it the European? What? It's obviously on funds again, isn't it?
I think the long-term goal is to obviously be in the WRC. So we've got to look at the bigger picture and what's going to help me be the best driver possible for when I get that chance. But the main thing is just continuing rallying, because I'm getting faster all the time. Even though I won the championship, I wasn't pushing all year. No. So if I had the chance to be back properly, I feel like we'd really be able to show our potential and win big rallies and put some good performances in WRC straight away. So it's just working on becoming the ultimate all-round driver, I think.
Just watch this space, eh?
Definitely.
So hopefully in a couple of years' time I'll be talking to the new World Rally Champion.
Hope so. That's always been the plan, and I believe we can do it, but the only thing stopping me is the funding.
Well, good luck, Chris. I hope it all goes well and you get this funding and you get the sponsor for this year and you get into the WRC. And thanks very much for the interview.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Chris. Yeah.